But if it's costing you your life to stay, leave. Please leave.
Was spending one of my anniversaries alone. So
Right. Say that again for the people in the back.
Used to taking what was offered.
The thought of me dying, like I thought I was gonna die actually. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sessions with Sonia, episode 14. Today, we're going to be talking about healing after divorce, letting go, finding yourself again, and moving forward. You guys remember my friend Keisha Banks, who is the social worker. She is back with us again. You guys give her a round of applause. Hello, Keisha. Welcome back to Sessions with Sonia. If you recall, the last time you were here, we were talking about a bunch of different things.
Right.
And we said that we were going to bring you back to talk about
Well, thank you for
life
having me
after
back.
divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and so we're going to be having real conversations about divorce, healing, fear, and moving forward. That's the type of topic that a lot of women don't like to talk about.
That is true.
But we're going to talk about it today. Some of you may know I am also divorced. I'm married, but I've gone through a divorce, and I have lived a beautiful life after divorce. So we're just going to dive right into it. So Keisha, you are recently divorced.
6 months this month. Yes.
6 months.
Clean.
Congratulations. We have to
6
get
months
together.
clean.
We have to get together on that divorce party.
We do. We need to plan it.
we
I
gotta
know life has
celebrate.
been lifing, but yes.
We gotta celebrate you losing all of that dead
Extra
weight.
weight? Yes, ma'am. Come on now.
Yes. And although you are 6 months in, you haven't stopped doing you. You are pursuing your CCM.
Correct.
You're also actively pursuing your LCSW.
Actively studying for the LCSW.
Yes. So let's tell everybody what those acronyms mean.
The CCM is the Certified Case Management Certification.
Okay.
The LCSW is a clinical license for social work. I currently hold a master's license, and I am moving up the ladder.
Clock it.
Come on now, I need extra coins.
Yes. So you were married for 12, 13 years.
Correct.
And you guys went to high school together, the whole 9 yards.
The whole
Were
nine.
friends.
My friend and married and now divorced, and trying to figure out if there is a dynamic for us afterwards.
Yes.
And if not, just how does Keisha keep moving forward being Keisha?
Yes. Let's talk about something that a lot of people kind of, be fearful of talking about it. Yes.
Okay.
Fear of starting over.
Facts.
Like, why do people stay? They stay because they don't want to start over.
Oh, there are so many different reasons why. You know what? I won't tell you why people stay. I can tell you why I stayed.
Okay. I like it.
I don't know how to quit. I don't know how to give up.
Okay.
It's not in my DNA. We're going to try until we can't, because on that great early Sunday morning when I get up, God going to say, you did what you were supposed to do.
Okay. So that's kind of going into what I want to talk about right now. So convenience, embarrassment, faith, and church pressure.
All of those things.
And you say what kept you there is, what was your faith?
Baptist faith, Baptist raised. This is what you do. 50 years of marriage don't come without some hard times and turbulence.
And I know I was one who was praying you through.
Yes.
I was praying you through. I was encouraging you.
You were. You speak life into it until there is no life to give. But what I can appreciate about the moments we had and we talked, it ended. Each one of those times or conversations ended with, let God's will be done.
Yes.
And for me personally, in the home and in the closet, I would always say, Lord, if this is not what you have for me, I need you to remove it because I'm too weak to do it.
Yes. I can recall some of the things that we discussed, and I definitely won't go into detail, but I remember one time I was really angry about you staying. And I remember I called back and I apologized to you. I was in tears. Remember I called you back crying. I was upset. And I told you, I said, I apologize to you because I allowed my flesh and my feelings and my emotions get in the way of what I know that God has called me to impart off into you, which is why you were calling me.
Right.
And I remember feeling like it's over. I want her to leave. You know, she's too beautiful for this. She's too amazing for this.
And I can appreciate all of those things that you saw in me, and that God even put in your vision to see for me.
Yes, but
in this profession,
wasn't me. Come on.
As social workers and as therapists,
that's right.
We have to meet the people where they are.
Right, even though I wasn't your therapist.
Even though you was not my therapist, but you were my friend.
I was your friend.
Have that. Yes.
But more than your friend.
And my prayer warrior, y'all.
Yes. And that's what I was about to say. But even greater than being your friend, I was in a position that was to me more higher than that. And that God held.
So you could see the trees.
Yes.
I was in the thick of it, so I couldn't see all the trees that everybody else could see.
But God was holding me accountable to speak life.
And I appreciate you for that.
Yes.
But I had to get to a place when we're going to combine what we're going through with the professionalism, right?
Absolutely.
But I had to get to that place where it was rock bottom for me in order to step back and see everything that was around me and make it make sense according to the word that I believe in.
And I'm going to tell you, you know my story. Remember, I shared with you that I was with my children's father, and 5 years I wanted to divorce. For 5 years. Yeah. And I stayed and I fasted and I prayed and I talked to the elders and I talked to the pastor and you know what
they told you to do?
Yeah, they told me to fast and pray and hang on in there and see what the end is going to be.
Come on.
And finally I said, you know what? Y'all hang in there. Y'all see what the end is going to be. Because a lot of times, and I'm not saying this is the case for the people that gave me that advice, but a lot of times what I've seen, especially as a therapist, and even before with people confiding in me, you're telling me to stay, but you're miserable. You're married. Y'all in separate bedrooms. You've been married for 45 years. 40 of those years, he's been gone with the secretary.
Can I say something? That speaks to because you mentioned it earlier, the embarrassment.
Yes.
Because I have to pretend like we with the Joneses. This is good. So I can give you the advice that I'm not taking myself.
Oh, yeah.
So that speaks to that.
Yes. And I even had a close relative. I just said my mom. My mom would tell me, you know, you got to take care of them girls for convenience and this and that, you know. And she didn't really understand, you know, my drive to provide for myself and for my children.
Right.
You know, she just was going off of what she knew, old school, you know, he's doing this, you know, he's doing that, not even understanding that God is my provider.
Yep.
God is my provider.
I can remember.
Yeah, he gave me the tools that I needed.
My grandmother asking me, and may she rest in peace, but I remember her asking me, well, Kiki, are y'all going to be able to stay in that big old house with him?
Oh, my goodness. Huh.
I say, yes, ma'am.
That's that part.
Because I had the house before him. So we going to be all right.
Come on.
God had already provided.
That's it.
And I think
that's it.
In the thick of it and going through and praying and fasting, and I appreciate you for all of that. One of the other reasons I stay is out of fear. And if I'm going to be completely transparent with your audience, loneliness.
Yeah.
Loneliness.
But guess what? Sometimes people be married and still be lonely.
Facts. That would have been me for the last couple of years.
Oh,
but
yes.
my nervous system wasn't long.
Right. No.
So the nervous system of it all was like, well, we going through this right now, but Monday is a good day. Ooh, Friday, he gonna take me out. We're gonna be great. We get my nervous system needed to be shook.
Let's help the women or the men who are contemplating divorce and are staying for. So let's say someone is in a situation where there's a lot of infidelity, there's a lot of disrespect, there's a lot of the non-believer with the believer, unequally yoked, even physical abuse,
Right.
mental abuse, emotional abuse. And these people hate their life and they're staying because of convenience, because of financial reasons, fear of disruption, wonder what mama gonna say, wonder what the church gonna say. And they're miserable. Because I remember for me, I contemplated suicide. Yeah, I felt like there was no way out. I felt like there was no way out. And I contemplated, like, I would rather die
Then have to go through all of
than
this.
to stay in this marriage. And, you know, I finally made up my mind that if I have to choose between my life and marriage, I'm choosing my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's a word.
that's a message for anybody, whether you're male or female, who are contemplating divorce, and it is so bad for you. Am I an advocate for divorce? I am
No,
not. I
absolutely
am not. Am I coming on here telling everybody need to get a divorce because you're
No.
having some issues? No, I'm not. Yes,
And those,
which y'all can
those
kill
mental
you.
things turn
Yes.
into physical things,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Am I stressed out that my blood pressure is getting high?
That's right.
Like, if it's costing you all of that, is it really worth it?
Yes. Oh, yes. And I just, you know, I left, and I'm glad that you have your peace.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Didn't even know I was missing it until now.
Yes.
Now I won't tell you or the audience, those that are watching, that there is not a struggle. I had to get used to sleeping alone.
Let's talk about some of the struggles that you've faced.
Loneliness was a big one for me.
Okay.
When I sat down and was honest with just myself, right? Because shortly before we got married, my mom passed away. Then my dad passed away. You know, I was raised an only child.
Right.
So as my grandparents and everybody, that was my nucleus. This is my family tree.
Right.
So when everybody else had passed away or had gone on across the glory, now I have this root. I always said, this is the root to my tree. This is the tree.
Right.
But even trees can carry disease.
Come on. That's why the dead leaves fall off.
Even trees can carry the disease. So for me, one of the major struggles that I had to sit with and continue to sit with, it's not 6 months clean. It's not easy. It's something that I'm still processing, but I have peace now. I have a better understanding. I know where I'm headed, and I know where I don't want to go back to. So
Let me ask you this. What was your breaking point?
there were two. So the breaking point, those red flags that we see and ignore, was spending one of my anniversaries alone.
Okay.
When I realized that I was okay spending my wedding anniversary alone, it was a little trigger. But again, I was used to having them there and used to taking what was offered.
That's right.
So right.
Say that again
I
for the people
was
in the back.
used to taking what was offered.
And not what you deserve.
Not what I deserved.
Yeah.
But I had to sit with that, and I had to get in my Bible and understand that God is not. I know the grandparents and the great-grandparents, I know you done heard it before, but I'm going to tell you for myself, God is not the author of confusion.
No, he's not.
So when I went to bed confused,
Come on.
I had to say, I don't think this is what God had for me. This is not my portion.
Yes.
When I went to bed crying, or in the shower crying if he was home that night, I don't think this is what my daddy had for me.
Right.
And then I had
Absolutely.
to sit down and be really, really, really upset, challenged, right? My faith was challenged. I don't know that I necessarily considered embarrassment per se, but failure. I have 3 young adults. I'm still calling my babies. So, and
How did
2
they
of them
feel
are
about the
girls.
situation?
My son was very upset. and I couldn't understand why for a long time. And he would just say, "Mama, it's a man thing. You would never understand." And in my head, boy, you're still a little boy.
But he's a young man.
He is a young man.
How old are your children?
So I have 20, 23, and 26.
And at the time they were going through divorce?
It's 6
months ago.
out,
Okay,
so,
same age.
But they've gone through it. My son is the 23-year-old in the middle. So when he said it to me, I was like, boy, please. And this is the one who's always talked to me.
Yeah.
He finally explained to me that even though I was 7 when y'all got married, I was the one to walk you down the aisle and put your hand in his hand, and he was supposed to take care of all of us, and he didn't do that. So I don't like it. I'm upset.
Yeah.
My girls, not talking too much. The baby girl, he was in her life since she was 4. So, and blended family. So they took it a little harder, but yet a little softer.
Yeah.
My baby boy was upset about it. So those are some of the challenges, right? My faith, my family, me, and just having to sit and deal with it. But life is not over. In fact, it's just beginning.
Yes, it's just beginning, honey. I can attest to that. I'll never forget literally the same week that I filed for divorce. I was offered a promotion on the job that I was on. And it's like, okay, the dead weight is gone now. You can go higher. I was able to study for the licensed master social worker exam. I shared that with you. Passed it.
Right.
It's like no more, dead weight, no more,
God
anguish.
They can't go where I'm taking you.
Yeah, that part. And today I can say that alignment is what matters.
It is what matters.
As you know, I am married to your friend. Yes. Your brother.
Yes, my brother-in-law.
Yes, Mr. Ashley. And it's like even from that moment, we had kinks that we had to work out. However, as soon as we got over that, things became aligned, and I began to take off. Me as a woman, it's almost like
it was the both of you, right?
It was the both of us. However, I found my plug. Right. And so when I plugged into him, everything else
shifted.
Like it shifted. And so I became calm. I was able to grow in my environment.
Yes.
I was able to study for my LCSW exam and pass it after, a few trials.
Right.
But the point is I was able to focus enough to study.
Right.
I was in an environment where I could grow. And so people look at marriage and staying married, when it comes to love and convenience. But for me, it's about alignment. Of course, love.
Definitely alignment.
It's
Love
about alignment.
Yes. Because then it flows. It
That's
grows.
it. Yeah. Mental, emotionally, spiritually.
And that's not to say you're not going to have hiccups.
That's right.
So the hiccups are okay.
Absolutely.
That's a part of it because I can have a hiccup by myself on my job and
That
has
part.
nothing to do with my mate.
That part.
So it's going to happen.
But when
if
you're in an
aligned,
environment where you can grow,
you can grow through it.
yes, yeah, and like you say, peace. Your home is your peace.
My home is my peace.
Yes, and you have to bring that to each other.
Yes.
He's your peace. There's this saying, "Be his peace." No, be my peace.
Hello.
Let's be
Can we
each other's peace. Let's be
Yes.
each other's peace. So definitely, my hat goes off to you for just finding
Thank
your
you.
peace. Yes.
And it took me a little minute. I know you told me that when I called you crying and carrying on, and this is where I am, and you said congratulations.
Yes.
And I hung up the phone and I said,
Yeah,
I don't know if I was supposed to call her today, Lord, because she's talking about congratulations, and my heart broke.
I know.
And about 7 days later, I was like,
You was able to process it.
congratulations.
That's it. That's it.
Because and I don't want anybody that's watching this to think I just got over it or it didn't hurt.
No,
I was in the bed.
it was
for
a
week.
process.
It was
Yeah.
a whole process, and that was just the beginning. Like I didn't call off work. I'm not getting out of bed. The kids talking about you didn't eat today. Do you need some water? No,
Right.
leave me alone.
Right.
Because I just needed some covers. Because again, that was my root. My mama, my daddy, everybody has already transitioned.
What are some
into heaven.
signs that were missed? Like what signs were missed?
That we just could not become aligned. That I'm bringing, I don't want to say it that way, that I'm doing more than I feel like I should be doing.
Yeah.
That everybody is still calling me. And let's be honest, the kids, the young adults, they're going to always call mama before they call daddy. So
Right.
that's the thing. Whether it's a stepdaddy, whoever it is, they just going to always call mama first. So that's
Right.
okay. But when mama have to do everything, when there is no peace for mama, there is no comfort for mama. I can't be sick without you being sick. I can't have a headache without your headache hurting. But hello, what about me? Can you choose me just today?
Yeah.
I can remember breaking my ankle. I sprained my
Okay.
ankle. I fell at HEB and sprained
Okay.
my ankle. So
And how far into the marriage was this?
this was about, I'm gonna say 8 years into the marriage. Mm-hmm. And everything is, we were meal prepping because we were you have kids, you know how that works. You're trying to do all of these things. And my foot looked like somebody's kickball and it's propped up on the pillow, and I think I needed something from the store, and he looked at me and said, "You gonna be able to get this? You don't see this pillow? Why are you asking me to do this? And there's 3 of y'all out there that can do that." So that was probably a red flag that he's tripping today. No, he was for real.
Right, and I'm gonna tell you that all goes back to he wasn't your plug from the beginning. He just was someone who was there when you were at your most difficult moments.
Yes, but the plug fit at the moment, right?
Yes.
You know how you have we all Apple, Android, and you have an Apple or Android plug that comes with your phone.
That's it. Come on.
But you can go to 7-Eleven or the gas station and get a plug that will go to your phone.
Right.
Well,
but
that
eventually
plug
that
is
mug,
not gonna last as long as the plug
I love
that's
it.
supposed to
Preach,
be
sister.
in the phone. It's not going to be the same.
Yes.
So because we were friends, and I'm not down in that. He's not a horrible person.
Yes.
This
He
relationship
just wasn't your
didn't work.
person. Yes.
And he's not my forever person.
Yeah.
He was my person in that season.
That's it.
His mother had already passed. His father is sick. He's already walked through this. So when it was time, unbeknownst to me, for me to walk through it, I had a crutch.
That's right. That's right.
But then you heal because God is a healer.
Yes,
and
he
you put
is.
your crutch up. I no longer need that crutch. I need a plug. I need the Apple plug.
Yeah, I got you. Wow.
That's something to consider.
Yeah.
It'll work for a little while, but it's going to die out faster than the Apple or Android ever will. And so that's where I find myself. And I'm glad he pulled the plug.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest, because the prayer, remember I shared with you, I got to the point where I couldn't be mad at the answered prayer. We said, God, let your will be done.
That's what we said.
I said, I'm too weak, Father.
Right.
So I need you to remove this. If this is not what you have
Shift
for
or
me,
shed.
take it out of my life.
That's it. Shift it to
And
where it
boom.
needs to be, or shed it
So
away
I
from
can't
you.
be mad at that.
Yes.
It works.
Yes. And you know what? You talk different.
Do I?
No, seriously. You look different.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you. And it's like a cloud and now the cloud is gone.
Yes.
But when you're in it, I can honestly say you don't even know.
Don't know it.
Yeah.
Didn't know it.
You don't know.
I know there were struggles and we have talked. But for me, it was always something, we can get over this. It's not that serious. I'm probably being petty. I was stressed out because of this. At some point, why is it I done ran out of fingers? I can't, it's not
I'll share with you what my breaking point was. I had developed a blood clot in my lung after a surgery, and I had traveled. Actually, I was in Louisiana at the time, still living in Louisiana, and had traveled here to Houston to see a sick aunt. My aunt was very ill, and it was 2 weeks after that surgery, which I developed
Clots.
a deep vein thrombosis, which traveled to my lung and became a
Praise
PE.
God.
And so I was having the symptoms, and I went to the doctor, yada, yada, yada. And the thought of me dying, like I thought I was going to die, actually. And the thought of me dying at that moment and in what I was in and married to who I was married to, it didn't sit well with me. On top of, I had been contemplating it for the 5 years.
Right.
I mean, it was almost like he was a little brother to me at that point.
Gotten to that point.
You know what I mean? I was just there, just for the image. And I never forget when I, just kind of not announced it, but people noticed it on social media. Oh my God, y'all were just so perfect. No, I did all of that.
We are the biggest cheerleaders.
I made it look like that.
Because that's my job. I got your back. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your number one cheerleader.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to cover. However, I was very unhappy,
Right.
Like I said, contemplating suicide, always extremely depressed, severely depressed, as well as my children, particularly my oldest daughter.
Right.
But, she came to me and was like, Mama, you need to, like crying. Like, you need to leave Dad, you know?
Right.
And that was around the time where I was already contemplating it. So it's like confirmation.
It made sense.
And I remember talking to 2 pastors that I held really, really dear. One was a Church of God in Christ pastor, and the other was a Baptist pastor. And they both, and this is how I know I was in alignment. They both told me to do the same thing.
Yes, indeed.
And they didn't talk to each other. They told me to fast for 7 days.
People.
Yeah, and I fasted, and I told the Lord, and my credit score was probably about 500 and something. And, I was working. I was always, go-getter, working 2 jobs. So I was making really, really decent money. And I say, Lord, if you intend for me to move forward, I will get approved for this vehicle.
Yes, indeed.
And on that 7th day of the fast, I went and applied, and I got approved for the vehicle. I called my little niece. I said, hey, I need you to come get this car and drive it home. I came home. I said, I want a divorce. You got 2 weeks to get out.
Yes, indeed.
I'm done. And that was that. And he was like, okay. And he was nonchalant about it. And 2 weeks later, all hell broke loose, on his end. But I had peace. I was getting job promotions and just everything.
Right.
Yeah, I was so happy. I was so excited. Like, how do you be? And then, of course, I felt like I failed God. I felt like I failed God. I remember someone coming to me for prayer about their marriage. And I'm like, God, and she was like, God told me to talk to you. I'm like, no, he didn't. She's like, yes, he did. And I think I might have told you the story. And I share it with the audience. God said, no, I asked God, why are you sending people? And I failed. He said, you didn't fail, you learned.
Come on.
He said, I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit.
That's the tea to
He said, you didn't fail, you learned.
Yes.
You learned. And so I embraced that, and I began ministering and helping this lady, to get through the marital issues, because so many people come to me about their marriage. I'm like, God, I'm miserable in mine. Mine is failing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm at the point to where I'm not right.
Right, but you are.
But I was. And so,
because we know you use anybody.
Yes. And so I got out of that thing, and I remember feeling like I failed, and the Lord sent me to 2 Corinthians 7 chapter, where it talks about if the unbeliever leaves, let him leave, for I've called you to
higher things.
For I've called you to live in peace.
Yes.
No. For believer, how do you know that you will be able to bring your spouse over? And so then he sent me to Ephesians, where it talks about love is patient, love is kind. And as I was reading it, I'm like, this not even love what I'm in. Like everything that the Bible says that love is.
I'm doing the opposite. Trying to make it work.
It wasn't what I was feeling.
In the square.
And girl, I dried those tears up, and I went in and I was divorced in 15 minutes. I got my paper, girl, and I went straight to the DMV. Changed my name back. Loose me. I'm free.
Somebody has asked me, the children, are you changing your name? No. I work real hard for this. I have licenses, insurance.
No. But at that time, I didn't have any of that. I could never pass a test. I could never study. I was so discombobulated. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was always drama.
It's crazy because I've always asked I thought I was comfortable. And some people say Capricorns are never really comfortable. Mm-hmm. I thought that I was comfortable. And so I the older people would say lollygag. Mm-hmm. I tarried in studying and trying to move forward. Mm-hmm. But when I look back, each time that there has been a shift and an elevation, there was some form of trauma attached to it.
Yes.
Because coming out of that trauma is where I moved to the next level.
Absolutely.
So when we say everybody can't go where God has for you to go,
Girl.
all of a sudden I have this need
man.
to study intentionally. I've bought books. I've got the
And
apps,
let me
I'm
tell
practicing.
you.
I'm on a whole study schedule because I need this right here.
No, let me tell you something. And I've told you, you about to, yeah.
We're about to grow. We're
Yes.
about to take off.
And I'm going to tell you, you are right. Everybody can go where it was already like what I'm doing now, Find Your Destiny Counseling Services.
Yes.
That was my dream even
Right.
all those years ago. But God would never let it come to pass because I wasn't
Right,
with
ready.
the person who, you
Who
understand?
could help? Right.
Yeah.
It was the wrong plug. It's not
Yes,
gonna work.
it wasn't the right.
amps were too
Nor
low.
could I grow to even become what I needed to be, who I am today.
Right. To help reach as many people as he needs you to reach today.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I
Yes.
received that.
Yes. So alignment matters.
It does matter.
Yes. Being
And
equally yoked matters, not just spiritually. It matters.
self-alignment
That's
matters.
it. That's it.
So I know we try to rush over, especially this generation. The quickest way to get over one is to get with
Oh
another
no,
one.
under another one. Yes,
No,
I hate that.
that's not it.
That what they say. The quickest way to get over a man is up under another one. No,
no,
that's trash.
that's not it. That
no,
is-
the quickest way to get over is tending to yourself and at the feet of God.
Sit in it.
That's it.
It's uncomfortable.
That's it.
It's
Grow.
scary. It is sad.
Learn.
It is lonely.
That's it.
But if you just hold on, sit in it,
Yes.
grow through it, and learn the lesson, you're going to come out smoke free on the other side. I promise you. I promise.
With that being said, let me ask you.
Yes.
We're talking about growth and becoming, personal evolution. Who are you becoming?
Ooh, that's a hard question.
Who are you becoming?
I
Miss
think
Keisha Banks.
I am slowly becoming the person God has called me to be.
Okay.
A natural leader. A faithful mom. I've always been that, but I thought that was my whole title.
Yeah.
So the world is really open for me right now.
Yes.
I'm paying attention. I can't tell you that I'm going to be this or that. But what I can say is there is so much fun and so much peace at this age with young adults. No diapers to change.
Yes.
And just figuring out what I like. If I don't want to cook today, I don't have to cook because I ate at lunch and everything I'm responsible for has already eaten.
That's it.
When I get off work, if I want to run by the happy hour before I go home, I can do that too.
Yes.
But I am still in the midst of learning and sitting. I intentionally did not want to rush through the pain of life after divorce.
Okay.
Because I don't want to repeat it.
Okay. I
If
like
skip
that.
over it, then
I like that.
So I've worked my way up to liking going to the gym because it always felt like a chore.
Yes.
But now that's something that I do for me. That's a little
love that.
self-care because I need that one way or the other.
Right.
I want to be a healthy vessel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just learning. I'm growing and learning.
Now talking about the healing and life after divorce. I also know that you were dealing with some prolonged grief. And
Yes.
on top of grieving
So listen,
the marriage.
I was gonna say
failed
because a failed marriage is there is a grieving process
That's
that
it.
goes with that. But I always have to remind myself that I'm shifting back to. We both.
What did it look
checked
like
out.
daily? Tell me what it looked like for you daily. Grief looked like for you daily.
It looked like putting on a face, going to work, hoping that I make it the whole 8 hours. I might have to run to the bathroom real quick, cry a little bit, put my face back together and run out.
Yeah.
Some days it looked like going to work for the 8 hours and barely making it back to the parking garage before I broke down.
Yeah.
But I needed to break down there before I got home because I still have 2 young adults at home that I have to flip the hat and be the great mom who's not affected by this.
Right.
So it looked like
On top of going
struggle.
through perimenopause.
You know what? It felt like a struggle.
Yeah.
On top of perimenopause and pause, because I can't stand none of them.
Yes. Yes.
So that's it. It's a struggle.
How do you keep going?
I don't know how not to.
Okay.
I think that in the deepest of my own depression, I can't say that I've never contemplated suicide because I have 3 young adults
And that's what I was just
who
about to say.
depend on me.
I kept going because of my children. They were my lifeline.
They don't know
Yeah.
it.
I actually will call them, my little lifelines. Yes.
They are definitely my little friends now,
Yes.
my little broke friends, my little broke besties. But because of them. So they have no idea how they've helped to sustain me.
But I will say this, and I was thinking about this morning. A lot of women go through the turmoil of dealing with grief, whether it be because of a failed relationship, a failed job, or just, not being where you need to be to do what you need to do. And sometimes they hold on because of their children, but that's also mentally and emotionally exhausting when you can't take a break, when you can't get a break, when you can't say woosah because you are always having to show up for somebody.
Yes.
That's not healthy.
And that's
they were my
tiring.
lifelines, but that doesn't mean it was healthy.
Right. And you're right. And I heard you say earlier that Cassie came to you and said, Mama, look at this.
Yeah.
And I forget what I was watching her when we talk about the signs and all of the ones that I don't even want to say I missed them. If I'm going to be honest with just Keisha, I
Right.
ignored them.
Yeah, I like that.
But I was watching something and I seen a young lady say, and it was trash TV, but the young lady said, I owe it to my daughters to move like I would tell them to move.
Yes, and that was part of
hit
my
my
strength of
spirit
just
so
that's
hard.
That's it. For the mothers who would come to me, because at that time I had so many people, and keep in mind I wasn't even a clinical social worker then.
Right.
But people were coming. I'm like, Lord, I can't wait till I can start building people for what I'm doing.
Yes.
But they would tell me, well, I got to stay for my kids. I'm like, no, you're gonna leave for your kids.
I did.
You have to leave for your children. You're not staying for them. You need to
Right.
leave for them.
But it starts with being honest with yourself.
Yes,
When I
because
was
that's not
honest with
healthy, and you're
myself.
teaching your children how to just,
Stick it up, sis.
just whatever.
Yes.
Allow mistreatment or no matter what you're feeling, this is what you have to go through, and that is unhealthy, and that is toxic, and that is
decades.
dysfunctional.
It's years old. Look how many movies we see. I think Viola Davis has played in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Cicely Tyson has played in the
Yes.
movie. So all at once, it's inherently
Yes,
taught.
yes.
Even when you think about Tyler Perry and something,
Right.
it's shifted now.
Right.
But when you look at some of those and you see the older generations, that's what they did. That's how they stuck it through. We don't have to do that no more.
Right.
God didn't deliver us and all the rest of his people.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about forgiveness and boundaries. I won't go off into it. Well, just a little.
Okay.
But I know that this particular individual that hurt you, you actually had to recently turn around and help them in a major way.
In a major way.
And you did that.
And I did.
And I
by
wasn't
the
fond
grace
of that,
God.
but because I respect you and I know boundaries, and I know how to stay in my place. I respect you
And
for
I
that
thank you.
decision. Yes,
I don't think that was a decision that those who know me and know the full story would understand.
right. But I understood after you explained it.
simultaneously,
Yes,
I feel like I understand why I've done it. And so when I extended the olive branch, so to speak, there were some boundaries that came along with it. And I can appreciate that the individual has maintained those boundaries and has an understanding, which he's expressed, more communication than we ever had in the
Isn't
the
that
relationship.
crazy?
But now you see, because when you talked how you were so happy after your first marriage when everything fell apart, baby, you did dirt, and in 30 days, God said, not that one. I can show you better than I can tell you, and I'm not
Yes.
gloating on that.
But they had to come back to
need
you.
see. You still had to come back to me and say, can you, will you please? So I know as a man, that hurt you.
man.
But God was already out there.
You
trying
have to
talk
write a
you.
book
You
about
weren't
that.
listening. Oh, you think I could write a book? I might
Girl,
do it, 'cause
it'll
ain't
be a
nobody gonna believe
bestseller.
it.
It'll be the bestseller. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
a
get you to help me.
bestseller.
You and your people, y'all gonna help me get it together.
Yes. So you've had, you're doing a wonderful job impacting your young adult children.
Thank you.
You have honest conversations with them. We talked about how this affected them, and you've navigated through that. Do you believe that you being a social worker has helped you do those things?
It's definitely helped me do those things. It's definitely helped me in the healing journey and just trying to, we always try to fix ourselves. It's like a doctor or a nurse. I don't have to go see anybody. I know what this is. I encourage any and everybody who needs it. Mental health is real, and you don't have to do life alone.
Yes.
So you can always reach out to a counselor somewhere to just talk to, because that has also helped. But I think the clinical me, yes, that's helped me kind of navigate how my girls are feeling, how my son is feeling, and open the floor for them to talk.
It's like you automatically go into that zone, not even thinking about it because of
But I think
profession.
the boundary in that I've crossed is allow myself to be vulnerable and honest with them.
Right.
Because, you know, our parents were like my parents, my grandparents. There's grown folk business you don't need to know.
Right, yeah.
I
hate
probably
that, yeah.
could have avoided a lot of things had I only knew.
Oh, yeah. I've actually unraveled so many things because of that, like my mindset and everything has shifted.
Yes.
And so I'm very intentional about not being in dysfunction, not being in anything
Yes.
toxic, and calling it out.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So for our final reflection, what would you tell a woman or a man staying out of fear, convenience, or religion?
Don't do it. Short and simple. Don't do it.
Don't do it, Miss Seeley.
When it comes to, I know, right? Please don't do it. Let me get the rocking. When it comes to religion, again, God is not the author of confusion, and He has more for you because He loves you more than you love yourself.
Awesome. I love it. And in closing, guys, I want to say that healing takes time. Letting go is hard, but there is life, purpose, and growth after divorce.
I promise.
And so I hope this episode has gave you some encouragement. All right?
You're not by yourself, sister or brother. You're not the first. You're not going to be the last.
At all.
And it is going to be okay.
It is going to be okay. That's what we got, guys. All right.